remember, Robert Easter reduced himself to mostly just a jab, and in the last 4 or 5 rounds didn't throw that many punches to begin with. So that's a pure demonstration of why it appears Robert Garcia certainly won this fight.
And remember, Garcia told us that he would have to catch Easter reaching in or put pressure and work his way inside, and he was effectively able to do that, Paul.
We're going to mute it. This is real time right now. It is July 29th, 2018, 12:31 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. Mikey Garcia should be getting a unanimous decision victory and moving to 39-0 with 30 KOs. By defeating Robert Easter and becoming the now unified WBC and IBF 100. Oh, shit. I'm missing the replays. Me running my mouth. Let's hope they show it again before we go. But we're going to talk about how Robert Easter got in trouble in the third round. Rounds 1 and rounds 2. He was boxing the fight that he was supposed to fight in regards to moving around and using his height, and the jab was looking really good tonight, but he had nothing else outside of that. Now, overall, he didn't have the skills to beat a Mikey Garcia. He didn't have the power to stop a Mikey Garcia, you know? There was at one point in time he got on, wait, let's listen.
This lightweight title unification bout.
Please subscribe. I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of action, the judges are in agreement, and we have a unanimous decision. Here are the score totals. Judge at ringside, Edward Hernandez Sr. scores the bout 116 to 111. Larry Hazard Jr. sees it at 117 to 110. And Steve Weisfeld scores about 118 to 109. All three in favor of the winner by unanimous decision. He is now the undefeated and the unified WBC and IBF lightweight champion of the world, Mikey Garcia.
Let's listen to the post-fight interview, and then we're going to talk about what's possibly next from Mikey Garcia. Of course, he's saying Errol Spence, but we're going to talk about, is it really logical to happen, and can it happen? I think yes. Also, shout out to Robert Easter so far for not doing an Adrian Broner and acting like a fool. We're waiting for the post-fight interviews. Let's look at the punch stat numbers right here. Let me put this up for y'all. Listen, you can listen to it.
Almost 40% of his power punches, many of those to the body and many of them right hands following excellent jabs, and he was able to use the jab effectively as well.
Let's go to Jim Gray.
Mauro, thank you very much. Mikey, congratulations.
With those two belts.
What does it mean now to be the unified 135-pound lightweight champion?
Well, it's a great accomplishment. I feel great being here in LA. All my fans that came out and support, I want to thank everyone. Thank everybody who always supported me. And now we're back. I told you I was coming for bigger things. Now we're one step closer to achieving that.
You always want to fight the best, and tonight it was Robert Easter. Did you ever feel at any point that you were in peril in this fight?
You know, I knew he was a tough opponent, a tough champion. He's a true warrior. I prepared for the best. Robert Easter, he came in, gave a great fight. I was a better fighter. I was in control most of the night, and I did what I had to do to win.
He came out early and threw a lot more punches. Were you just biding your time, trying to figure out what to do?
Yeah, I like to stay patient early on, figure out my opponent. He had a good game plan to try to keep that distance, keep that reach. It was just a matter of timing and finding that range that suited me best. Once I started getting that rhythm, started getting to work.
And then you found that timing here in the third round as we take a look at it with that big right hand.
This is the one I was talking about.
Yeah, well,
pay attention.
We wanted to land that right hand. I landed the right hand, I followed up with a left hook, I caught him right on the chin as he was backing up, and that's what put him down. It was just a perfect punch right on the chin.
Yet he came back, and he was able to be very game in the following couple of rounds. Was there any concern at that time?
No, no concern. I just had to wait my time. I knew he wasn't hurt to put him out, so I didn't want to risk either. He has some good hand speed, so I had to just be patient, be careful.
5-0 since you had the layoff. How different of a fighter are you?
I just more experienced. I'm a hungrier fighter. I'm better than ever. I'm in my prime.
All right, so now you're a 4-division champion. You're a unified champion now. What's next? Is Errol Spence, as a lot of people have said, he's here this evening. Is that what you'd like to do? Go up 12 pounds and fight at 147?
I'm here for the biggest challenges. I don't know if there's anybody else with a bigger challenge than Errol Spence. I would fight at welterweight. I want to challenge myself to the fullest. I know he's up for any fighter. He's up to fight anybody. So that's what I want.
Do you think that can be made, and do you think that, in fact, that will happen?
I think there's a very high chance that it can be made. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I think that's the next big fight coming up.
Mikey, you go up 12 pounds if you fight Errol Spence, and I know you're just coming off this right now, but do you think you have the power and the ability to face that much of a bigger man?
I feel I have the power and I have the skill set to compete at any division up into welterweight. He's the toughest guy at welterweight, the most feared man, so I want to challenge myself against him.
What does Django think?
Django, sí que sí, number one.
He's on board. All right. Mikey, congratulations.
I want to say thanks to everybody again. Todo mi gente, mi raza Michoacán, todo México. Muchas gracias por el apoyo.
Wow.
Also, big shout out, condolences to a friend. He passed away, Mr. Martin. James Vega, a very close friend of mine. So I want to condolences to the family. Jeff Martin, thank you.
Mikey, thank you. Appreciate it. Great to have you back in Los Angeles. Robert?
We got to listen to Bunny. We got to listen to him.
And you fought everybody who was in front of you. What was the difference, in your opinion, here tonight?
You know, he was just a better man tonight, you know. I tip my hat off to Mikey. He's a true champion, true warrior. I'd like to thank all my fans that came out from Toledo. You know, all the LA fans. You know, all the LA fans, you know, I appreciate you guys. You know, whenever we step in the ring, you know, we both putting our lives on the line. And tonight, Mikey was the victorious.
Robert, you were throwing a lot more punches in the early going, yet your corner, your father and Kevin were imploring you to throw the right hand. Was there a problem with your right hand?
No, I just couldn't find the timing. You know, I just couldn't find the timing, and like I said, I couldn't let it go.
What happened in the third round when you went down? He caught you with the good right and then the left, only the second time that you've been down.
Just feet crossing, you know, he caught me with a clean shot, and, you know, I went down. But, you know, I got up like a true champion, a true warrior.
You're only 27 years old. This is your first loss. What would you like to do next?
You know, we go back to the drawing board. Whenever we win, lose, or draw, we go back to the drawing board and we work hard.
Robert, thank you. You're a class act and a great fighter.
Got a little bit of swelling.
All right, Morrow, back to you.
Thank you very much, Jim.
Jeez, took a little while. Hey, listen, it's happening. It's happening. You know, now I can confidently say that I believe that we're going to see Mikey Garcia, Errol Spence this year. Of course, it'll be Spence Garcia because Spence is the one that has the 147-pound championship. Here are the cards, by the way. 117, 110, 116, 111, 118, 109. You know, like I was saying, to go back to talking about the fight. Robert Easter was doing very good the first two rounds. He had the system. He didn't necessarily have the skill set in the long run, but once he went, you know, before that first knockdown in the third round, once he went to the ropes, right? First time he was on the ropes. Then he tried to do the shoulder roll. Mikey Garcia clipped him. He came out, and that's when Mikey Garcia started swarming him and got the knockdown. You know, a guy like Robert Easter, if he's going to stay, you know, at 135, or definitely, you know, it's looking like he's moving up to 140. People have been saying he may be moving to 140. It doesn't seem like he has any issues making a 135, but maybe he'll do better at 140. But he needs to build off of the foundation that he has now in using his height. Because the jab that he has can be a legitimate weapon, you know. The jab that he has, if it's fine-tuned, you know, he can do some real damage to anybody with it. I noticed some bullshit that he did in the 8th round. Remember in the 8th round when he just was, like, dancing around like majority of the 8th round. What was up with that? I don't know, man. But I'm really thinking that the Mikey Garcia or Errol Spence fight's going to happen. My biggest issue is this. Errol Spence is not going to get any type of credit or anything if he beats Mikey Garcia. Why? Is because I think the Showtime telecast is finally over. I can close that out. The reason why I say this is because Errol Spence can, in my opinion, 24-0, 21 KOs. He can fight at 160 pounds one day. Look, when he fought Chris Van Herden, this was at the 160-pound, over 154. And this at the time was the biggest fight of his career at that time. So, like what I'm saying is, Errol Spence is huge. And when Mikey Garcia comes into the ring, he doesn't come into the ring looking all, ripped and everything. He be coming into the ring, looking soft on the body. So, the question I have, we're gonna leave you over to Errol. The question I have, a guy who has fought, let's see, what's the lowest he's fought? We know he was a champion. He's been a champion at 126, 130, 135. He's unified. Then he fought Sergey Lempinets and won a title at 140 pounds in his last fight. So the lowest he's been is 126. And remember when he was on HBO and shit, he had to move up because he was throwing up, trying to make weight. So, I can understand, like he may feel comfortable around 140, 147. But at this point in time, as they talked about, the 140 pound division right now has nothing for Mikey Garcia, with all the top talent linked to the World Boxing Super Series or Top Rank, where Mikey Garcia, he wants nothing to do with them. Now, people are going to say that, he's going to fight here, rather fight Errol Spence than Lomachenko. That's a big fucking move right there. But however, Mikey Garcia, if he loses, which many will predict, he will lose against Errol Spence, he's going to get sympathy because people are going to be like, he shouldn't have moved up there in the first place. Errol Spence, I understand they got to chase the bag. They got to get that money. I understand, that's how it is. Remember when Kell Brook had to move up to fight Golovkin? This happens. Fighters take chances. Was it Golovkin's fault? No, but Golovkin was chasing that Kell Brook. He had to chase the bag. Errol Spence got to chase the bag. But guess what? It's not cool, though, I understand that Spence versus Garcia is a super fight, and Mikey Garcia has been asking for it. You know what I'm saying? He's been pleading for the ass whooping he's going to receive. He's pleading for it. He wants it so bad he can taste it. It's not going to be, and I understand it's not going to be Errol Spence's fault. By the way, I didn't blame Golovkin, when he fought Kell Brook. I didn't blame Canelo when he fought Amir Khan. I'm not going to blame Errol Spence when he fought when he fights Mikey Garcia, because Mikey Garcia asking for that shit, man. I don't know how he's going to survive. I think Mikey Garcia going to get fucked up. I mean, yeah, tonight, for example, if you look at the tail of the tape, he came in at 149 pounds. He actually came in heavier than the taller Robert Easter, if I'm correct. He came in at 149, right? Of course, the limit was 135. So, what's he going to come in at? And Spence, from my understanding, when he fought Ocampo, he didn't come in too much heavier than 147, correct? Didn't he come in like 153 or 154, something like that? But either way, regardless, it's just still, it's just looking at it, it's a power difference, It's a power difference. I mean, yeah, looking at the Zaka Takanen fight, I looked at this as being a credible fight because I knew of Zaka Takanen at the time. Adrian Broner was a fight, but he was the favorite to win that fight. The Sergey Lempinets, people were saying, well, he's moving up the cherry pick to win that belt. And then Robert Easter, this is not, these are good names. I'm not knocking Mikey Garcia, but remember, he's coming off of that long-ass layoff with Top Rank. 2.5 years, And then these are the guys that he's fought. There's nothing wrong with that. But this doesn't show me or tell me that he can go beat Errol Spence or compete without getting knocked up. But hey, listen, he wants to be great. So listen, if that shit's on pay-per-view, I'm going to buy it. And it's looking like right now that nobody wants to fight Errol Spence next, even though Sean Porter's a whole nother video has said that if he beats Danny Garcia for the WBC title on September the 8th, he will fight Errol Spence. But that wouldn't be until next year sometime, obviously. But it looks like it's showing up that Mikey Garcia or Errol Spence versus Mikey Garcia is happening this year. It's looking like it. And it's like Errol Spence is, you can tell he's like laughing at it, like, yo, they really going to make me fight him. You know, or I'm really going to fight this. It just seems like a joke to him. But anyway, I'm TstreeT Controversy. This is TstreeT Controversy Live. Please subscribe.